All right, people, I'm back. This is another YouTube video. Today's Friday. Breaking major announcement. You're not going to be getting too many YouTube videos come next week because next week I'm going to be, preparing to pay my cell phone bill and my gym bill. Unfortunately, I ain't got paid today. Next Friday, I get paid 2 times at both my jobs. So if you discover that all of a sudden you don't get a YouTube video by Monday or Tuesday, it's because my cell phone will be cut off temporarily. You know what happens when you got to pay your cell phone bill. There's no such thing of doing YouTube videos and you ain't paid your cell phone bill. That's like trying to watch cable, but you ain't paid your cable bill. You guys understand the situation. So don't be panicking and freaking out that when next Monday and Tuesday come, oh, he ain't finished the college football series. There'll be plenty of time to talk about college football. Now on to our presentation. Today's episode is going to be, wait for it, the Miami Hurricanes versus the Arizona WildCats. This one's going to be player versus player. It's going to be college quarterback versus college quarterback. So I figured that y'all might want some videos on players versus players. We already done coach versus coach twice. I told you I was going to mix and match and make this fun and exciting but unpredictable. So let's get into it. Now, this is a college football team that for reasons back in the late 1980s and in the 1990s, this was a college football program that was a force to be reckoned with. This college football team, for the most part, was kicking ass in the 80s, some part of the 90s. As great as this football program was, they actually was good enough to win 7 championships. Problem was, they had scandals. There was, the coach knew about players playing, when they were still playing from other schools, things of that nature. So every now and then that you look at the history of 5 championships, if you look at that. Now, before Dwayne Johnson, better known as The Rock, was laying the smackdown on Hollywood and laying the smackdown on professional wrestling, he played at this school. He played for the Miami Hurricanes. Oh yes, The Rock played on this football team. And it weren't just The Rock. Warren Sapp also played on this football team. There were like at least 9 guys. I kid you not. There were 9 guys in a 10-year period that got drafted into the NFL. And if you ever read The Rock's books or The Rock's life story, you would know that he was one of the guys that was this close to making it into the NFL. He got overlooked, because of an incident that he did when he was in college. But 9 guys in 10 years got drafted into the NFL by this college program. 5 championships. Now, they had a chance to win a 6th championship, but their first year, they lost in the championship game. So this team was that good enough to win 7 championships. Now, in 10 years, they managed to win 5, but they gone to the championship game like 7 to 8 times. Their offense, they were solid. You couldn't touch them. Their defense, they were bigger, stronger, faster. And these guys hit so damn hard that these guys weren't afraid to hit you in all 4 directions. I mean, they were so good that if they wanted to, they could actually play up the middle with the football, give it to the next guy. And just when you thought you could figure this team out, you couldn't. Because they were always giving it to someone. Now, we fast forward to today. Why has the Miami Hurricanes not won any championships? Well, it's due to scandal. Sometimes you need a scandal to blow over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You need a scandal to blow over. And then they lost players. Players all of a sudden wanted to play for schools like Texas A&M, Alabama, USC, UCLA. They wanted to go to schools like that all of a sudden because they was afraid that every time they came to this school, they always had to hear about that one terrible story. The scandal. College football players taking money when they're still in school. Every school has players that takes money when they're not supposed to. So that's why I say there were scandals as in Ford that took place. You hear stories about rappers and celebrities coming to the college football games just to see college football players perform at a high competitive level. You start getting stock holders, shareholders, stockbrokers, investors coming to the college football games just to see college football players play at a high competitive level. It weren't just alcohol and drugs that ruined this program. It was also scandal that ruined this program. So when you get to a span of 15, 20 years and you go, 20 years ago, this team went to seven to eight championship games, won 5 out of 8 championships, but it's 20 years later and this program has not returned to its past glory. I mean, they were up there with USC at one point. Out in the West, USC was the team to be, and out East, it was the Miami Hurricanes. If you looked at the 80s and the 90s, last championship they won was in 2001. It's now 2018, so you could say if it's not 20 years, it's 18 years later that they haven't really won anything since then, and it's due to scandal. Every now and then you get players like, before Michael Irving was a Dallas Cowboy, I think he had played for this program. I'll have to double check, but y'all know who I'm talking about when I say Michael Irvin. Same thing with Warren Sapp. So, as of right now, today, they have a player named Brian Kenyon, who is their quarterback. And he seems like he's going to become the beacon of hope for this college football team. So I do believe that he's a good quarterback. The guy can play. The guy can run. Quite frankly, this guy's good. And I can't wait to see what he does this season. Because, he's still currently with the team. And the NFL haven't really picked him up yet. But I do believe in a year or two, you will see him in the NFL. So this school may not have won championships, but they're still taking players from this school into the NFL. So this program still has light. It's just a matter of breaking through and resurrecting themselves. And I do believe in years to come, the Miami Hurricanes does have another championship in them. I do believe they will win another title. It's just a matter of getting past a certain scandal. Seriously. Now let's look at the Arizona WildCats. This program is known for college football. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster, they kick ass, they can play on both sides of the football, they'll come at you from all 4 directions, and they're unpredictable. In fact, they've been around for so many years that it's amazing to me that they haven't really won a championship. They have not won the big one. Now, they've been in the championship game at least 4 times in a 20-year period, but all they seem to win is division championships. They managed to go to a Fiesta Bowl or a Seattle Bowl or an AT&T Bowl, but they can't never seem to get themselves to a national championship game. And I think the reason for this could be they don't have the staff that they normally would have. They used to have the players, but like I said, a lot of these players started going to Texas A&M, UCLA, USC, Florida State, Alabama especially. And over the years, this team has not been able to get over the hump. But in recent years, this team has gotten better. They've won football games. They've made the playoffs on the regular. They have gotten players drafted to the NFL. So something's going on with this program. It's just a matter of them putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Now, I do believe that the season will pick up for them, and they will pick up steam, and they will be able to rival their other school, which is Arizona State. Every school's got a rival state in the same city and town. And, of course, they have a quarterback who obviously is pretty good. I think his name is Khalil Tate. He seems like he's a good quarterback too, and he's there right now, and I believe he'll soon get picked up by NFL. So both quarterbacks are there now, and they're playing for franchise teams. One the Miami Hurricanes, which was known for winning 5 championships, could have won 6 out of the 8 times they went to a championship. And then the other quarterback's playing for a team that soon will figure out how to win championships. So I do believe Arizona will break ground. It's just a matter of when. So I made this video because pretty soon they'll cut my, my cell phone services, and I don't want y'all freaking out. So I thought I'd give you one more video before you complain about there ain't no more videos. So maybe next Friday we finish the series with 2 or 3 more videos before it turns September, so that way when college football officially kick off, which it already has, you'll know exactly why. So until then, peace.